Welcome back to our journey through the Pacific Northwest. Since last week, we have made our way from hiking in the Columbia River Gorge over to some friends in the Salem area. This week, we are taking you to some iconic spots in the little Oregon seaside town of Astoria, and then across the bridge to Cape Disappointment State Park in Washington. We hit another milestone in our adventures this week, but also may have damaged our radiator. If you're new here, welcome! We've been exploring the U.S. in our self-converted cargo trailer. Sometimes we choose to make improvements on our trailer or truck just to make our lives a little easier.
Hello project here. We're in Oregon right now, and we are finding that winter sun when we're up north, just not the correct angle and not enough time for us to charge fully. We're not producing enough electricity. So we are installing one of these. It's a DC to DC charger that will let us charge the trailer off of the truck's alternators. This is a 12 to 24 volt, 70 amp. So we should be putting 35 amps into the battery on a really good solar panel day that'll double our production. Should be pretty straightforward. The Sterling is going to go into V-nose, just so we don't have to run as 2-gauge wire as far back, and then we'll go to the 8-gauge when we go down to 12 or up to 24 volts and go over to the batteries.
We were grateful to have an address to send supplies to and a driveway to park in to work on this project.
Two-gauge wire. I initially thought we were going to have to run 1/0, so 2 sizes bigger, but apparently this particular device can handle higher voltage drop, so I don't have to run a small wire per the manufacturer's recommendations. So that's helpful. How the whole thing is held in already is zip ties.
Well, that makes it easy.
Figuring out where to put 2 of these into the trailer. It's gonna come pretty much along this guy and go through an opening that I may have to make bigger.
Excuse me, I'm helping.
Hi there, bug.
Once I got the charger installed under the sink, I just had to solder on the Anderson connectors and assemble the plugs.
Well, we're charging.
Woohoo!
Don't currently have it connected to the BMS, so I'll have to figure that out still.
Okay.
But it is charging, it's doing its job. We just need to be able to not overcharge.
Aside from working on projects, it was great catching up with friends and a great way to kick off our coastal adventure. Astoria is the oldest town in Oregon. It's also the oldest settlement in the U.S. west of the Rockies. This is a quaint, small seaside town, but it is very well known, partially because many popular movies have been filmed here. We visited the school from Kindergarten Cop, stopped by Jesse's foster home from Free Willy, and of course, we had to save the best for last. Yep, the Goonies was filmed here. Official Goonies tour starts now! Ha! We went on a mission to find all 6 filming locations for one of the most classic 80s adventure comedies ever. The county jail used in the opening scene is now the Oregon Film Museum. We made our visit a little extra fun by splitting a baby Ruth on location. There is a ton to do in Astoria. With the little time we had left, we chose to head down to the Riverwalk to see the big ships in port and hopefully see some sea lions. If you just stopped and listened, You could hear a whole chorus of sea lions in the distance. They are talkative.
Yes, they are.
The next part of our adventure takes us over that bridge into Washington State. At 4.1 miles long, the Astoria Riverwalk Bridge is the longest continuous truss bridge in all of North America. Just as you enter the state, right along the Columbia River, there's a monument marking where the Lewis and Clark expedition got stuck.
And the river became calm. I had the canoes loaded in great haste and set out from this dismal niche.
Is that how it got its name?
Assume so. Where we have been confined for 6 days past.
The Lewis and Clark monument was really neat, and it's very cool to think about how we've basically been following their path since Montana.
Hearing just this one little journal entry made me actually really want to read their whole expedition journal. To be able to gain a first-hand perspective of what they saw, the landscapes, the wildlife, any interaction with Native Americans, it's probably a really good read. Now we really felt like we were in the Pacific Northwest. Working our way inland on a logging road for the night, we scouted out a spot that we thought would work great, until we ran over a pile of branches hidden under the brush.
This is supposed to be here.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's still a whole log up in there. Jeepers.
Yes, it is. And as long as it didn't kink any lines. But I don't know that. I don't know what they were supposed to look like.
Right.
Wow.
I know. I'll take care of this branch for you. She's so cute.
We just need to get the stick out and see what the result is. Right now there's no fluids leaking out, so we didn't break any pipes or punch a hole in our radiator. But that doesn't mean we won't have to repair something. Nothing like trying to cut some wood with a hacksaw with tiny teeth. We have a chainsaw. We don't have any
Smaller
little hand saws.
Yeah. Not knowing really how to help, I am moving this pile to over there. The hope was to give us more room to turn around in this spot and be able to get out without doing the same thing we just did.
When you don't have a saw, a drill kinda can work. So I gotta get this end off so I can slide it. Alright, I think we got it.
Oh, good.
That plus that piece that was hanging down or this way jammed up in here. It was pushing right here, but all it did was bend it in, no kinks there. Bent this guy up, it's touching the bottom of the radiator. Unless there's a wire that's broke that I can't see. None of this is broke. So I think we got away with no actually broken parts. It could have been, it could have punctured the radiator.
Yeah, and
Which would have been like $4,000 to fix probably.
right, and a tow to get out of here and everything.
Right. I think it's okay in the sense of where it's at. Like it looks like just fins. I'll have to look up just these radiators and see where tubing is and just see where things are at. We'll have to keep an eye on how cool it runs if it seems to be getting hotter.
Oh, that's a big one. Goofy girl. Grateful we didn't have any worse damage, we headed into Cape Disappointment State Park.
Golly, this is disappointing. It's cool looking. Everything is wet. It's kind of foggy looking, but then there's some sun. Fort Canby was built to protect and defend the mouth of the Columbia River from enemy warships. Shell room, probably, yeah.
Fun fact, when they would fire off the cannons here from the lighthouse battery, it would blow out the windows in the Cape Disappointment Lighthouse. By 1906, they stopped firing Big Betsy because the blast would rattle the lighthouse windows so much.
The shifting sandbars made crossing from the Pacific Ocean to the Columbia River extremely dangerous. In 1788, a sea captain believed the mouth of the Columbia River to be a bay and chose not to enter it. Upon failing to locate the mouth of the Columbia River, he named the headlands Cape Disappointment.
Turning out to be a beautiful day. There are some cool trees in here. Wow. So we're at Deadman's Cove and it has all these really cool little shelters built everywhere. It's kind of fun to come into them and watch high tide come in.
In 1853, bodies washed ashore here from a shipwreck, giving this area the name Dead Man's Cove.
The Cape Disappointment Lighthouse, built in 1856, is the oldest and first lighthouse in the Pacific Northwest. Hey, weren't we just over there looking over here? The entrance of the Columbia River had earned the nickname the Graveyard of the Pacific because it has claimed over 2,000 shipwrecks over the years. Then they built this jetty to give mariners a fighting chance. We climbed up just to watch the high tide come in. Oh, here comes a good one. Nice. Whoa.
You went pretty far. Wow, that was way up there. Touched the tree.
Yeah. Oh, look. Does this make you excited to do the coast a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I love the rock stuff. It's definitely cool.
I've always said I prefer watching a campfire over watching TV. I think I'm gonna add watching waves to that list too. It's mesmerizing. There's a rainbow! Ah! How cool is that? So awesome! Since it's so treacherous to navigate these Pacific waters, there are actually 2 lighthouses within 2 miles of each other. The Cape Disappointment Lighthouse gives mariners a broad overview and wide range of visibility, with alternating flashing red and white lights. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
While this one, the North Head Lighthouse, is located right at the mouth of the Columbia River with a more direct beam to guide ships directly into the river's mouth. There was a beach access road we could park on for the night in Seaview. Apparently, Allie was ready to run on the beach. We've made it Atlantic Ocean to Pacific Ocean.
Pacific, a very particular ocean.
With the trailer.
Lower tide.
Allie girl, you've been to both oceans! It's official! Just so cool. Ocean to ocean. That's a huge milestone. Thanks for coming along on this adventure. We'll see you next time. Hi, alligator. What are you doing? This is what happens when we work on the trailer. We're so bad at this. I jinxed it. I said, at least it's not raining out. And then it started drizzling. And now it's pouring. Where are you digging to, lady?
Good job. You too.
Okay,
That's the video.
Oh, hello. Nice to see you. I miss Maximus. You always walk out of the shot.
I'm trying not to run into you.
That's a good find.
Right?
A little snack for the road.
Road candy. It's on the side of the road.
I was expecting rain. I'm happy I need my sunglasses.
Right?
Today's a great day, mister.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be rainy and gross, but we're getting a great day. Oh my goodness. I can't, Jordan. I can't. Good job. She shakes it. Ruth, baby.
Ruth,